Hi, welcome back to CBSE Board Economics. I'm Saddam Hussain. We're carrying on with the Indian Economic Development, Chapter number 2, Objectives of Economic Planning. What is economic planning? What are its objectives? So we have already learned, right, that the Indian economy was stagnant during the British rule or British reign. After we got independence, we realized there should be proper planning to develop the economy, to grow the economy. So we made certain objectives. So that is economic planning. What objectives should be taken to see that our goals or ends come true? That's growing the economy, developing the economy fast. So that's what we're discussing here. What exactly is economic planning? What are its objectives? You can see here what is economic planning, what are its objectives. Economic planning is essentially a way of organizing and utilizing resources. Economic planning is essentially a way of organizing. We have to organize the things in proper perspective. Organizing and utilizing resources. All the resources should be properly utilized to the maximum advantage in terms of defined social ends or the social goals. Maximum advantage. Economic planning is organizing and utilizing all the resources in the economy to the maximum advantage in terms of defined social ends. What are the objectives of economic planning? The first objective is to break the vicious circle of poverty. What exactly is a vicious circle of poverty? India is poor. Why it is poor? We call it vicious circle of poverty. In India, the production was low. Why the production was low? Because the demand was low. Why the demand was low? Because people didn't have high standard of living. The standard of living was low. Why the standard of living was low? Because the income was low. If the income is low, obviously savings will be low. If savings are low, capital formation or investment is low. If investment is low, again production is low. If production is low, again incomes are low. Standard of living is low. Again the demand for goods will be low. Hence, production will be low. So this is called vicious circle of poverty. We have to break this vicious circle of poverty through proper economic planning. That's the first objective of economic planning. What is the first objective? To break the vicious circle of poverty. The second objective was to promote social interest over individual interest. Not individual interest, not leading to inequalities of income, rich becoming rich and poor becoming poor. That's not socio-economic planning. That's not the objective of economic planning. So that means social welfare is more important than individual welfare. That point, we write it. The first one is to break the vicious circle of poverty. The second one is to promote social interest over individual interest, social interest. Third point, to optimum utilization of all available resources. So there should not be any wastage of resources. All resources should be in the economy should be properly, optimally utilized. That means to break the vicious circle of poverty. Number two, social interest is more important than individual interest. And number three is maximum utilization of all the resources. Number four, to build social and economic infrastructure where private sector is not forthcoming. What it means, see, private sector's main motive is profit. We discussed already, the main motive of the private sector is profit. So they are not, private sector won't take initiative to construct roads, to construct street lighting, parks, defense, law and order. So who will take interest in that? The government or the public sector should come into that. That's the main objective of the providing government schools. So that is to build social and economic infrastructure where private sector is not forthcoming. The next one you have to increase rate of capital formation. That's an investment in the economy, to increase investments in the economy and to removing inequalities of income. Not rich becomes richer and the poor becomes poorer. The economy cannot develop. So what exactly is economic planning? Economic planning means organizing and utilizing the resources in terms of to maximum advantage in terms of defined social goals, right? Okay, that's economic planning. So organizing and utilizing resources to fulfill our ends or the goals we planned it. So what are its objectives? To remove inequalities of income. Next one is to break the vicious circle of poverty. Not that public interest should be more than the private interest. And next one you have to build social and economic interest where private sector is not forthcoming, and optimum utilization of resources. And then you have to promote social interest and individual interest. You see once again here, so that is the last final division. What is economic planning? What are its objectives? Economic planning is essentially a way of organizing and utilizing resources to the maximum advantage, a way of organizing and utilizing resources to the maximum advantage in terms of defined social ends. Objectives of economic planning. The first objective is to break the vicious circle of poverty. The second one, to promote social interest over individual interest. The third one, for optimum utilization of all the available resources. The fourth one, to build social and economic infrastructure where private sector initiative is not forthcoming. And the fifth point, to increase the rate of capital formation, that is investment. And the last one, sixth point, removing economic inequalities, controlling economic fluctuations and other such reasons prompted our leaders to adopt the path of economic planning in India. So that is economic planning, its objectives, that's very important. So that's all we have time for today. Till we meet next time, it's goodbye from Saddam saying, don't forget to subscribe, share and like our videos. Work hard for your board exams. Keep smiling. Bye-bye.